Greetings! Extreme Force here, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know it's been a little bit since my last video, and that's because for some reason last weekend my microphone was not working. I was trying to record it with Bandicam, and Bandicam just wasn't hearing it. So I fixed that this weekend. I just took a lot of bug testing. But now that we're done with that, we're going to get to the topic of this video. Now, if you couldn't already tell, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make custom dungeon loot. Now, what is custom dungeon loot? Well, it is basically the loot you get from a dungeon chest. So if you ever go into like a stronghold, end city, ocean temple, that sort of thing, in there you'll see there are these chests filled with loot. So I'm going to be showing you how to make your own version of that, where it's not just loot you put into a chest, it's actually randomly generated for each time you use it. Now this is a good map making technique and really just downright useful. So I'm going to first start by telling you how exactly we do this. Now we use something called a loot table. Now if you don't know, a loot table is basically a set of items with all their properties, weights, and values, etc. that the game draws from to randomize the item drops of that. So in order to create custom loot, we're going to need to create our own loot table. So I've just got this table here. Now currently there's nothing in this command block, but I'm going to be showing you a command that allows you to test to see if you actually put the loot in your chest. So yeah, loaded up a different world that I've already been working on, but I'm not going to use this world. It's a long story short, it's useless. So I actually have a custom loot table for this world pre-prepared. So as you can see in this chest, we got a bunch of nice themed items. But when I hit this button, you'll see a bunch of text assaults my screen, and we get a bunch of different items. I can hit it again, and different items. Different. So as you can see, it is pretty much different every time, and you can keep different items, different weights. So as you can see, these golden apples have not appeared before, but on a lucky chance we got them. Same with gold ingots and iron ingots are something rarer. And then as you can see, we can even get diamonds, but it's on a very rare occasion. So now that you've seen the full potential of this, let's get into just exactly how you do it. So as you can tell, we're in a bit of a different place right now, and so we're on my desktop. Now my desktop is obviously going to be used to creating our custom loot tables. I cannot speak today. So what we're going to have to do is open up our file explorer like you see I just did, and now you're going to need to go into your .minecraft folder. So for me, I'm just going to quickly go there. Okay, so .minecraft folder, and now as you just saw, because I clicked ahead, we're going to go to saves. So saves folder in your .minecraft folder. Now if you don't know how to get to your .minecraft folder, it's %appdata %roaming .minecraft, or you can just search .minecraft. It should come up on your computer. I just have a shortcut to it in my Minecraft folder. So now as you can see, we've got a bunch of stuff right here. So if I go to the world that we started in, the sandstone world, is called Loot Tables Demo World, so I'm going to click on that. And now, as you can see, I've got a bunch of things here, but don't worry, we're going to get this pretty easy. So you're going to go into your data folder and create a folder called Loot Tables. So go New, Folder, Loot _tables. So just like that, and it should sit right up here. So now if I click to open that, now you're going to create another folder. Now you can name this whatever you want, however I highly recommend calling it just custom, because this is to identify this is your custom loot table. Now you're going to go inside this folder, and now you're going to create one more folder, and you can call it whatever you want. Now for me, because this is going to be a demo, I'm going to call it demo. So this is what it's going to be called. So now I can go into this, and now I've set up all my folders, so we're ready to move to the next part. You're going to need to get a bit of a text editor open. So you're going to need a special text editor. Now this, I recommend a program called Notepad++. I do believe if it is free, and I will link the download link in the description for it. It's just a code editing program. Now you're just going to click this, open it up. And as you can see, you can max it out. Now I've already got, this is the loot table from the packed dice. As you can see, this was the demo one, this was that one. So I can close this. Okay, yes, save it. So no, okay. So now the next thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna create a new document called File, New. Now before we even start typing on here, we're gonna need to go File, Save As. Now you're gonna go into the correct folder. No, not that one. This one in here. And then you need to find the world. So loot tables demo world, data, loot tables custom demo, and then name it. So I'm going to name it tutorial. And now because this program cannot save to .json, which is the file we're going to be editing, just add .json right there. Should click save, and as you can see, it's tutorial.json, just like that. Now if I go to open up that folder where I had it, okay, give me a second, I'll be there very quickly. As you can see, actually right here, it is a Notepad++ file, indicating you have done it right. So if it is a Notepad++ file and it is .json, then that means you have done it correctly. Start creating our loot table. Now what you're going to want to do is create a curly bracket, curly bracket, and then you're going to want to hit enter, tab. Now you're going to put pools in quotations, and you're going to hit a semicolon and then a square bracket, and then you're going to close both of these. Now once you're inside pool, you're going to create something called, okay, here we go. So now once you're inside there, you're going to create something called roles. Now you create a curly bracket. Now you're going to do roles, and then you're going to put a colon, and then you're going to close out of that curly bracket. So now that you've got roles in your curly brackets, you're going to add now you're going to actually do one of two things. You can put a number here, and now what roles does is basically tells how many slots in the chest we want to fill. So this will say 5 slots. If you put 6, you get 6 slots. However, if you want to make it more random, you can do a curly bracket again, and in here you can write the following: min, and then max. Now I'm not adding the comma, but you will need a comma, so just keep that in mind. Now once you've done this, you can now set the min and the max. You say I wanted to do 3 and 5, that means it would generate anywhere between 3 and 5 rolls. Now don't forget your comma off of this one, it's just syntax, but ignore that. So if you want to make it somewhere in between two numbers, number of rolls it can give, you use min and max inside curly brackets. So now let's move on to the next part. So I went ahead and did like half the tutorial and had my recordings all messed up, so I'm gonna have to re-record it. So let's move on to the next phase. Now after you do roles, you're gonna go entries, please tell me, please, okay, entries, and then you're going to now add a square bracket here, square, curly, enter, curly. Now once you've set this up, you can begin to add in your items. So you're gonna go enter, type, and then item. So this will tell you that you're gonna want an item to spawn in that chest, and then you're going to go name. Now you're gonna specify what item you want. So for me, I'm gonna go with Minecraft dirt. And now I've set up one entry. So now this is basically saying between 3 and 5 slots, I want there to be dirt. So that's basically what this is doing. Now stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to create multiple entries and show you how to modify these entries and make them a little more interesting. You're going to add a comma after this, comma. And now if you want multiple entries, you're going to have to create multiple sets of curly brackets, just like Minecraft syntax. Now once you've set it up like this, you're going to do type item, just like before, and now you're going to go comma, now name, and then you're going to go Minecraft, whatever you want it to be, in my case stone. Now again, you can replace these names with whatever Minecraft entity you want, just remember to put Minecraft before it and get the right name. Now that you've done that, you are ready to move on to the next step. So you have 2 items that will randomly generate in different proportions in a chest. But dirt is more valuable than stone, and you don't want to make stone the same weight as dirt. Because just like in a dungeon loot chest, you want golden notch apples to spawn less often than rotten flesh. So the way you do that is you add a tag called weight. Now you're going to go comma after your name, then weight. And now you want to set this to the number that you want. So I'm going to do 3 here, and now down here I'm going to do weight. And now I'm going to do 1. Now this means that dirt will now spawn 3 times as often as stone. Now the next section is a little more complicated. I'm going to be showing you how to give it a different randomized count, different damage values, and all things in between. So stay tuned. We have our items that generate, but let's say we want this dirt to generate, anywhere between 1 block of dirt and 6 blocks of dirt. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to add a comma after weight, then type functions. Now you're going to do square bracket. Now you're going to add 2 curly brackets in here. Now this works just like entries. You can add multiple functions. Now you're going to go enter function set count. Now this will tell the thing that you want a random count. Not a random count, sorry, just a count. Now count basically means the number of items. Now you're going to do comma, count, and now if you just want it to be just 2 dirt every time, add a 2 here. But if you want something a little more complicated, then what you're going to want to do is add a curly bracket, and then in here, just like we did up here with rolls, you're going to do min of, let's say, 1. So actually, you're going to get rid of this count and do just now remember to remove the 2. I didn't catch that, but now I'm going to go max 6. Now, this should give you a random count between 1 and 6. There are a bunch of other different functions like set damage, set enchant, and I will find a link to a page that should explain everything you'll need to know about each one of those and their uses. But for now, this is how you set up a very basic loot table. So let's go ahead and test it. Now, in order to do that, you need to save it. So there we go, it's all saved, and now you can minimize this, and you're going to load up Minecraft. Alrighty, so we have now entered our Minecraft world, and just a helpful reminder for you, make sure you balance your brackets, because earlier I made a little mistake, but it's very easy to fix, so just balance your brackets, and make sure they add up. Now, we'll post one of the download for that page I made, so you can just copy and paste and change it if you feel like you just can't follow along. So, yes, so if I generate this loot table, as you can see, I've got a bunch of dirt in here. Hit the button again, still a ton of dirt. Lots of dirt, apparently. And look, we got some stone. So as you can see, it's randomly generating dirt and stone, but obviously with dirt at a higher frequency. So yeah, that is about it for this tutorial. Now, as I said, I will be posting and a download for that document in the description. So if you feel lost, make sure to check that out. But if that's not helpful enough, leave a comment down below with what's not working, what do you want to know, and I will try my best to help you. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it, as I said, for this tutorial. So if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a friendly comment, and if you didn't, make sure to tell me why you didn't. And yeah, without further ado, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.